So if you have been following the Boston Celtics pretty much since 2019, there were always rumors about breaking up Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Danny Ainge never did it, even though they could have traded for somebody like Kevin Durant throughout that process, and then Brad Stevens never did it as well, and the Boston Celtics won an NBA title after the end of the 2024 season. But today, we are going to do something fun. We are going to be trading away Jaylen Brown. Now, the Boston Celtics just got bought by new owners. They're going to have one of the biggest, if not the biggest, luxury tax bill in NBA history. They're going to have to pay like $300 million out of pocket because of how expensive this team is going to be with the new NBA CBA next year with all these guys under contract. They're very lucky that Peyton Pritchard signed the deal that he did. So what we're going to do is we are going to shed a ton of money. We are going to trade away Jaylen Brown's Supermax, but that is going to come in the off season. It would be kind of funny if we can go out with a bang and win another title with this team after we beat the Atlanta Hawks. I mean, I feel like the Boston Celtics are going to make it to the conference finals at the minimum. And as I say that, we blow a 2-0 lead to the New York Knicks, and the Knicks ended up winning in 6. The NBA Finals here in 2025 as the Karl-Anthony Towns, Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo Bowl, and the Knicks end up winning in 7 with Brunson getting Finals MVP. So there goes Al Horford. I kind of want to override his retirement. One more year, Al. One more year. And if I override his retirement, I'll do the same with CP3 and LeBron. I actually put out a tweet the other day saying, would the Boston Celtics retire Al Horford's number when he ends up retiring? And I mean, if you look at the retired numbers, they have a lot. They have the most retired numbers basically in the NBA, but 42 is an obscure number that Al Horford wears, so maybe he will not end up getting it retired. It's funny because Jason Tatum wears 0. That's not retired either. And if he ends up spending his whole career there, Jaylen Brown is number 7, also not retired either. Like, will that be? I don't know. Those two numbers will be retired at the end of the year, and then you can't take any single-digit jersey number there in Boston. We're going to have to get, like, triple-digit jersey numbers at one point. All right, so the draft lottery is going to affect what I'm going to do with this trade. Okay, this is interesting. So we do own a first-round pick, which is nice. There's a couple players I have in mind that I would like to take with the 27th overall pick. But we are going to be making a trade with the Portland Trail Blazers. Yeah, you probably have an idea of what we're going to be doing. And we are going to try to trade away Jaylen Brown for the #1 overall pick to take Cooper Flagg and put him on the team that was his favorite team growing up there in New England. He is from Maine. He was a big Larry Bird fan growing up. Obviously, didn't watch Larry Bird play, but his family put him on the 80s Celtics, and obviously how good that team was as well. And then obviously he probably grew up watching Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Rajon Rondo over there. So it's a little bit difficult because they don't have cap space to absorb Jaylen Brown's massive deal. I mean, if I take on, like, could I get Time Lord back and that could make the money work? Unfortunately, it could not. So I'm going to have to take on DeAndre Ayton. Okay, this is going to get interesting just because I wanted to pull off this deal, but can they not afford to do any of this? I don't know. So let's just offer this to them. Jaylen Brown for #1 for DeAndre Ayton and Robert Williams. Okay, they say no. What I may have to do is end up getting the 2nd overall pick, depending on who has it, which is the Utah Jazz. And then I'm going to have to move assets from pick 2 to go up to pick #1. So Jaylen Brown is going to actually reunite with his old general manager, Danny Ainge, over there in Utah. And he's also going to have, I don't know, probably a lot of touches tonight, him and Lauri Markkanen. Would they accept this deal for Jaylen Brown? Really? I don't want to move pick 31. I mean, I'm just trying to get more assets to give Portland to move up. Can we even do Svi Mikhailiuk, Kenyon Martin, and pick 2 for Jaylen Brown? What are we doing? All right, so we're going to have to hold off on that plan idea. Cooper Flagg goes to Portland. Makes sense. Dylan Harper goes to Utah, and then Con Knippel goes 3 to Washington. So outside of the Jaylen Brown situation, like, if they don't move Jaylen Brown in the offseason, Kristaps, I feel like could be the most likely guy to get moved just because he would have some value out there. I know there's the injury concerns, but there's 1 year left on the deal, and he's still under 30 years old. They're not moving Derek White. He's too crucial as a complementary piece to the Jays, and I don't think anybody wants that Drew Holiday contract right now, unless it was like Drew Holiday for Bradley Beal. But why would the Boston Celtics want to take on more money? They would have to attach, like, I don't think Peyton Pritchard. I think Sam Hauser could be on the move also. So I'm going to see if the Orlando Magic would do this trade. Sam Hauser, Xavier Tillman for Cole Anthony and 2 first-round picks. They could use the shooting in Sam Hauser. They're going to say no. They'd want my 2026 first and my first this year. Like, I don't have to take on Cole Anthony. It's just they can't really make this money work. Yeah, nobody can make the money work with any of these trades that I'm trying to make right now. What about Sam Hauser for Gary Harris? And we just get the 25th pick in this draft. Would they do that? Okay, they agree to that. So this is going to be the draft class for us. Jace Richardson from Michigan State fell to us at pick 25. We love that because we're still going to try to play Missoula ball. We wanted good 3-point shooters. We get Cam Jones from Marquette, NBA ready. Same with Darren Williams from Texas Tech, who just played in a notable Elite 8 game. And we are going to bring back Al Horford on a 1-year deal. It might be an end of an era. Luke Cornett does not want to come back. Okay, wow. I just had to give up so much to get Cooper Flagg, but we did it. I wasn't going to try to cheap out the system and trade Jaylen Brown for #1, even though I wanted to do that, and I feel like that could make sense. And a team like Portland, I don't know, Cooper Flagg is, I wouldn't say generational, but he is one of the best college prospects we've seen in a little bit. And unless a team had like 8 wings, it just doesn't really make a lot of sense to move Cooper Flagg for Jaylen Brown for most of these teams that are rebuilding. But we wanted to get Cooper Flagg back in the New England area, and we are going to get him here on the Boston Celtics. He's going to be the starting power forward. We're going to have Tatum at the 4. I also had to take on DeAndre Ayton to make the money work, so that is somebody we are going to maybe flip at the deadline. I know he doesn't really fit this offense whatsoever, and we're going to get Al Horford back. But what if Kristaps gets injured? He's also a free agent soon. So yeah, what I want to do is I want to make Jason Tatum a small forward again, and we are going to make Cooper Flagg a power forward. And I'm sure Celtics fans are going to like this. We're going to bring back Marcus Smart here on a 1-year deal. Not sure if he's going to crack the rotation, but it's cool to get Marcus Smart back in Boston. And I'm getting Luke Cornett back in Boston. I don't care. So it does suck that we had to trade away Sam Hauser this offseason, but it's fine. So a lot of regression to this team right now. Marcus Smart at 31, Al Horford at 39, Drew Holiday at 35, and he's got a couple years left on that deal. Like I said, it's not going to age very well. So there's no extensions that we can get done at the end of the year. I have no idea who's going to be the starting center of this team going forward, but it's going to be Peyton Pritchard at the 1, Derek White at the 2, Tatum, Flagg, Porzingis. I mean, this defensive duo, this defensive like foursome is pretty sick. I can't lie. So DeAndre Ayton's going to get around 18 minutes a night. We're going to hopefully not run Kristaps into the ground playing 30 minutes a night. Let's go about 23 to Drew Holiday. I don't know if Marcus Smart's going to crack the rotation. I kind of hope not. I'd rather kind of just give a shot to like Baylor Shireman, Jace Richardson, and see who could shoot well from 3. Let's go like 10 to these guys, and I'm going to go 10 to Cam Jones. And then we got about 8 more minutes to play with here. I mean, I'd like to go Cooper Flagg about 30 minutes. Let's go 36 to Tatum. Let's go 32 to White. And then I guess Drew Holiday and Pritchard are still going to split minutes in the backcourt. 4-star balanced for Joe Mazzulla. 2K does not like the Boston Celtics, but let's see if they'll like them with Cooper Flagg. And we get off to an 0-3 start this year. That is fantastic. And since I had to give up a lot of draft capital to get Cooper Flagg, we don't really own our first round pick. We only own it in 27 and 30. Yeah, remember when I said 2K doesn't really like the Boston Celtics? We are 22 and 29. The New York Knicks, though, they are well liked by 2K, and they also have James Harden coming off the bench. So this team is somehow the 11th seed in the Eastern Conference. Peyton Pritchard is averaging 13 points, 6 assists, 40% from 3. He's such a key to the Celtics' future, being under the contract that he currently is, because he'll get a new contract when White's contract is done, when Holiday's contract is done, and most likely KP's contract is done. Like, I could see KP re-signing with the Boston Celtics, but it has to be on a 2 to 3 year deal. It cannot be 4 or 5 years. Tatum has been banged up a little bit this year, but he's been putting up Tatum numbers regardless. Cooper Flagg, the 3-point shot hasn't come yet, and maybe 2K prefers me to play Tatum at the 4, but I'm fine with this right now. But we are at the deadline, and I do have to think about moving DeAndre Ayton, moving potentially Kristaps Porzingis if we want to make some type of run right now, because I don't think I could re-sign KP at this moment. I can re-sign Ayton. Like, that's not terrible. It's just Ayton doesn't fit this offense whatsoever. And I do have to trade away Marcus Smart again. I'm sorry, Marcus. I'm going to trade away him, Gary Harrison, a second to New Orleans for Kelly Olynyk. Welcome back to Boston, where he was drafted by the Celtics back in 2013. But I'm getting Karl Matkovic, and this is somebody I'm trying to buy low, and he was a late second-round pick in 2022. He's a rookie currently this year for the Pelicans, and I think we can develop his 3-point shot and his defensive ability. So that is not the Ayton trade. And the Boston Celtics and the LA Lakers are going to make a trade together. I'm going to trade Neemias Queta and DeAndre Ayton to the Lakers for Rui Hachimura and Dorian Finney-Smith. Yeah, they get an upgrade there at the 5 spot. And these are some expiring wings. So this team's going to look a little bit different. We are going to play more minutes to Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, Cooper Flagg. I think for the rest, currently KP is hurt. He'll start. Matkovic will back him up. And then we're going to have, Rui Hachimura in the playoff rotation. Richardson, Cam Jones, Shireman have all showed flashes once again this year. But I do think maybe only Cam Jones plays in the playoffs. Damn, this sucks. Drew Holiday tears his right Achilles at the end of the year. He's out for the playoffs. With his age, I wonder if he retires at the end of the year. All right, MVP goes to Nikola Jokic this year. Cooper Flagg does take home Rookie of the Year for a Boston Celtics team. That was underwhelming. I feel like the Celtics would be a little bit better than 2K gave us this year, just because we have a good team. I don't know why 2K does not like the Boston Celtics. Tatum was a top 10 player in the league. Honestly, these numbers should have been on All-NBA first team. I'd like to give Tatum an MVP season, but we'll see if it's going to be possible. And obviously, we got Cooper Flagg on All-Rookie first team. So here we are. Are we in the play-in tournament? We're not even in the play-in tournament, and I don't own my first round pick this year. Oh my God, I think I had to give it to Portland. All right, we ended up going 35 and 47 with this team. I know, Kristaps got hurt at the end of the year, but are you kidding me? How? I don't know. There's Portland with Jaylen Brown playing the 3. Did they move Denny? No, he's just off the bench. I mean, you can have some really, fun lineups out there. I don't know. I don't think Jaylen Brown can, go to a point guard, but could Denny be a point guard? I think so. He experimented with that over in Washington at some points in the 2024 season. So we'll keep an eye on Drew Holiday. We'll see if he retires. He's 35. kind of hope he retires, but we know Al Horford is going to retire since I overrided it last offseason. Kristaps is going to be a free agent, I believe. He might have a player option, but this is about to be a big offseason because I don't want to not be playing in the playoffs as a top 4 seed ever again. Kyrie and Halliburton are your conference finals MVPs, and the Indiana Pacers win in 6 with Halliburton winning finals MVP. There goes LeBron. There goes Al Horford, and there goes Drew Holiday, leaving some money on the table. He's actually leaving $71 million on the table because the Achilles injury was that bad. Hey, I would just collect a paycheck next year, but he's doing us a favor. Al Horford retires, and then there goes LeBron. Doc Rivers retires as well. End of an era. And we do not retire Al Horford's jersey, but I feel like it could end up being retired at the end of his career. So, yeah, I don't own my first round pick here, which kind of sucks. The Blazers have projected the 9th overall pick in this draft. Thank God it does not move up. It actually moves down to number 10. So we don't own anything here in the 2026 draft. Joe Maz is a free agent head coach, but we are going to bring him back. He won a title with us not too long ago. All right, so we are here the night of the 2026 NBA draft. I don't think I'm going to try to add any talent throughout the draft. Now, Rui got a contract extension from the Lakers, so that's why I wanted him. I think I'm going to just move him back to a small forward, and he's just going to be, I think, a good, cheap wing off the bench. So I don't really know if I'm going to move anybody here on draft night. We'll see what happens with Kristaps, and honestly, we do have some money now that Drew Holiday retired. I can bring him back. So we ended up having the 39th overall pick. I got Gregor Ellis there. The number 1 pick, AJ DeBanza, goes to the Big Apple and joins the New York Knicks. We are going to pick up the team option on Markovic, and we're going to pick it up on Baylor Shireman, a player that I could be open to moving in the offseason, which is right now. So would Luke Cornett come back on the minimum? There we go. Olynyk back on the minimum, Finney Smith back on the minimum. And honestly, Kristaps doesn't really want to re-sign with us, so I think we may orchestrate a sign and trade with him, which I do think we can get a good return. So yeah, I'm not willing to give him a 5-year deal, but if another team wants to give him a 5-year deal, we could for sure give him that. So we'll do a 4-year deal because I guess most teams are offering him a 4-year deal. I wish I could see what his other offers are. Can I see? Oh, okay, perfect. So yeah, we could trade him to the LA Lakers immediately after signing him. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, he really didn't want to re-sign with us. He's actually going to accept the Lakers offer over us. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. I should have given him the 5th year. All right, let's hope 2K does some weird thing and he comes up here after moratorium. And nope, we are going to lose Kristaps for nothing. Wow, this rebuild is going to be a little bit challenging now. Like, no draft picks. We just lost a very good trade asset in Kristaps Porzingis. We're looking for that next center. So I just don't know if Missoula Ball is going to come to life here. We are going to sign Mitchell Robinson to a 3-year deal worth around $30 million. I definitely do not want to front load it. Let's just do, 3 years. Honestly, it could go up over time. I am fine with that. Come on, Mitch Rob. Okay, so he leaves the New York Knicks, comes to Boston. And I'm also going to sign Tyus Jones to a 2-year deal worth $11.8 million to be the backup to Peyton Pritchard. So yeah, this is Cooper Flagg's team. This is Jason Tatum's team. Hopefully there's enough complementary pieces around these guys to at least go to the playoffs this year. Oh, great. And Jason Richardson broke his left foot in summer league, so he may miss the start of the 2027 season. All right, so let's start off this 2027 season. We are going to have Pritchard, White, Tatum, Flagg, and Mitchell Robinson as the starting 5. I know we can't have 5 out. Man, I would have loved to have a Kristaps Porzingis trade piece, so that kind of stinks. Rui could be the 6th man. I do want to see what we can get out of Markovic this year. So he's going to get 20 minutes, 20 to Rui. We can go about, I don't know, probably around 10 to Tyus Jones just because I'm going to play Jace Richardson when he's healthy, and I do want to get Cam Jones in there as well. So I think we're going to go like 34 minutes to Pritchard. Let's go 37 to Flagg and Tatum, and that is fine with me for now, and then we will reshuffle some of those minutes when Richardson gets healthy, and if he's out playing, that's annoying. But yeah, if he's out playing Tyus Jones, I'm going to get Jace Richardson those backup point guard minutes. All right, so now that we have a fully healthy team, it's going to look something like this. With Pritchard, White, Tatum, Flagg, Mitch Rob, Hashimura, Markovic, Tyus Jones, Jace Richardson, and Cam Jones coming off the bench. We are 6-3 to start off this season, as Tatum is averaging 28 points, Derek White's averaging 20, Flagg is averaging 20, 18 for Pritchard. A good offensive start to the year. Damn, 2K really doesn't like the Boston Celtics. So we're approaching the trade deadline. We have a back-to-back at home against Memphis and Charlotte. We split those. We barely beat Charlotte. So we are 2 games under 500 here at the deadline. Now, as much as I'd like to win with Derek White, I wonder if that's a trade piece for us because Peyton Pritchard is too valuable. He's a good offensive scorer, and he's a great 3-point shooter under a fantastic deal. I'm not moving him. I mean, Derek White is having a great year. Jason Tatum having a very good year. Cooper Flagg having a very good year. I don't know why 2K dislikes the Boston Celtics. So the Markovic experiment really isn't going to plan this year. He's unfortunately shooting 25% from 3. And of course, Tyus Jones got hurt. He's out for 6 to 8 weeks, so I can't trade him. But honestly, I think I'm just going to ride the wave of this team right now. I'm not going to trade White. I don't think I need to re-sign Pritchard at this very moment. So let's see how this team ends out the 2027 season. Damn, this team has also been so unlucky with injuries. We've had major injuries to Derek White at the end of the year, Peyton Pritchard, Rui Hachimura as well. So we're not going to get like a Jason Tatum MVP season, not even close. The Spurs won 67 games. Cooper Flagg was a top 5 player in the NBA. That's who we traded Jaylen Brown for, but I don't know. Jason Tatum didn't make it All-NBA team, which is kind of shocking. And we ended up as a non-playoff team. We were the 10th seed this year. We do own our first-round pick for the 2027 draft. I'm like, you know what? I should just hope to lose at this point. It sucks. Yeah, Peyton Pritchard and Rui Hachimura are going to be hurt for these games. We're taking on the Brooklyn Nets. I tried to get Day'Ron Sharpe from them at the deadline. We really couldn't make it work. So let's see what happens here. 2 Atlantic teams going up against each other in the playoffs. Both of these teams have beaten each other when KD was on on Brooklyn and vice versa. So let's see what happens here. We are going to win, it looks like. Oh, nope, we blow it towards the end, man. That has been the moral of the story here for this Celtics rebuild. 49 combined between Tatum and Flagg, 15 for Derek White. That just sucks, and we are going to be picking in the lottery this year. Wow. I don't know if it's a 2K thing. I know I lost Drew Holiday. I know I lost Kristaps Porzingis basically for nothing. But the fact that this team can't even make it as a top 6 seed in a weak Eastern Conference is kind of crazy, to be honest with you. You have a Spurs and Pistons NBA Finals, a rematch from almost 20 years ago, and the Pistons get revenge this time. Loaded Hall of Fame class here. Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Kawhi, Draymond Green. So many NBA Hall of Famers there. A couple former Celtics, Dwight Powell, who actually started his career in Boston. Gary Harris, who we traded for at one point. Kelly Olynyk. So let's see what happens here in the 2027 draft lottery. We're projected pick number 13. I doubt that changes. And yeah, we have the 13th overall pick in this draft. That's most likely going to be a trade asset for us. All right, I'm getting offered a crazy trade here for Derek White. I'd rather be out 1 year early than 1 year late. So I'm going to be trading away Derek White, Tyus Jones, pick 13, and Rui Hachimura for Desmond Bane, who we could reroute. And I'm getting the number 1 overall pick in this 2027 draft. And there's a clear number 1, Ken Rivers, a 6'7" wing from Michigan State. And I'm going to be rerouting Desmond Bane to Utah in exchange for Walker Kessler. Yeah, we are wheeling and dealing this offseason. I said no more are we going to be a non-playoff team. We're taking Ken Rivers out of Michigan State. So we got Rivers. We got Jace Richardson. I didn't really need Desmond Bane, even though, hey, Boston could have had Desmond Bane in that 2020 draft. They ended up all right with Peyton Pritchard. We're going to be picking up everybody's team option here. I do believe I'm going to be moving Baylor Shireman this offseason. Now Mitchell Robinson's a pretty good backup center. And we did lose Rui Hachimura in that trade. While I'm adding Michael Porter Jr., 3 years, $38 million to Boston. Welcome back Luke Cornett, and welcome back Marcus Smart. So hopefully injuries do not derail this year, but I'm excited about this team. We got Peyton Pritchard, we got Rivers, we got Jace Richardson, we got Cam Jones, Tatum and Porter, Flagg, Kessler, and Robinson. I feel like Delano Banton was in Boston at 1.2, and let's bring back Sam Hauser as well. So hopefully we get Matt Kovic back on the qualifying offer, and then we're going to, okay, we can't afford Banton, but we're going to bring in Sam Hauser, and we're actually going to bring in Banton on the minimum. Anybody switch here at the top? Not really. Jaren Jackson Jr. did go to the Clippers and RJ Barrett to the Warriors. Matt Kovic gets a deal, 2 years, $12 million. That's perfect. We're going to match that. It's a little bit nice of a trade piece as well as Jace Richardson. Wow, last year was great improvement for him. I'm excited about Jace. He's going to be our probably our 7th man, because Michael Porter Jr. is going to be the 6th man. And we're going to start Ken Rivers at the 2. And I do need to release one player before the season starts, so I'm going to be trading away Baylor Shireman to to Chicago for 2 second-round picks. All right, so this is what the team is going to look like. 30 to Rivers and Pritchard, 35 to Tatum and Flagg. I'm actually going to swap these guys, see if 2K likes that more. 30 to Kessler, and then we have a really good bench of Michael Porter Jr., Jace Richardson, Mitchell Robinson, and Cam Jones. System proficiency is going to be only 3.5 star balanced. Okay. I feel like that should be a little bit better, but we'll see how the season goes. And we start off the year 3-0. That's what I'm talking about, man. All right. Maybe this could be a Tatum MVP season. We'll see. All right. So this season has been a massive success. Finally. So I do want to reward Peyton Pritchard with a new 3-year extension. It will go up every single year. He's been incredible once again for us this year. And then Tatum, we can work out a new 2-year extension on top of his current deal as it is, because we are 47-14 in the Eastern Conference. We are the 1 seed by a decent margin. So I guess Walker Kessler, was he a missing piece of this team? Maybe it's Ken Rivers. I'm not really sure if 2K doesn't like Derek White. Maybe he's just the weak link. Kessler's up to a 90 overall this year, which is kind of incredible. Jace Richardson has broken out. He's an elite shooter for sure. Michael Porter Jr. shooting 47% from 3. And then we got Ken Rivers there in the starting lineup, also an elite shooter as well, the number 1 pick from Michigan State. So Nikola Jokic wins MVP. Ken Rivers takes home Rookie of the Year. So we got 2 Rookie of the Years in this video with Ken Rivers and Cooper Flagg. Darren Peterson ends up winning Most Improved. And we do see Cooper Flagg on All-NBA First Team, 21 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Yeah, Cooper Flagg might have surpassed Jason Tatum as like our guy on this team. Cooper Flagg, also a top 5 defender in the sport as well. And we are going to end the season as a 1 seed. So yeah, after not making it to the playoffs, and 1 year we didn't even make the play-in tournament, we're 1 seed. We have a 10.2 point differential. Yeah, only 6 teams in the East had a positive point differential. We did have the second best though in the NBA because the Spurs also went 16-22. I'm going to guess Wemby's hurt, which is kind of massive, but they just have Anthony Davis there as their backup center. That's a nice backup to have. So if we were to see Wemby, he's going to be fine for the playoffs. So we're taking on the Indiana Pacers here in round number 1, a team that has played in the finals before. We had a lot of double-digit scores this year. Shout out to Delano Banton, who had some playing time with an injury to Peyton Pritchard. But outside of Pritchard and Mitchell Robinson, we were fairly healthy this year, which is great. So for the playoffs, it's going to be the same rotation. Richardson, I wonder if he'll ever be like the starting point guard and Pritchard goes back to like a 6-man role. Cam Jones, honestly, has been a very good rotational guy for us. He's going to get around 15 minutes a night. We're going to go 15 to Mitchell Robinson. I feel like I want to play these guys a ton still, so I may go 33 to Walker Kessler. I don't really know who I give less minutes to. Maybe just Ken Rivers for the playoffs. And we make sure we're going to go 36 to Tatum and Flagg. We'll go 37 to Flagg. We're taking on the Pacers in round 1. They still have Halliburton. They were trying to trade me Halliburton in the offseason. I thought it was unfair. It was like Derek White for Halliburton. I'm like, all right. I feel like I'm ripping them off. We end up winning by 7 here in game number 1. 29-9 for Pritchard. There we go. 23 for Tatum. 20 for Michael Porter Jr. off the bench. And Cooper Flagg had a triple-double. We take home game 2. We take home game 3. And are we going to sweep them? We gentlemen sweep them, which is fine by me. We are going to get our first playoff series victory of the video. Cooper Flagg and Jason Tatum basically combined for 50 points a night. Jace Richardson and Peyton Pritchard, 37 points a night as well. Ken Rivers did struggle, as well as Cam Jones, but that's fine. We're taking on the Toronto Raptors here in round number 2. They got Ingram, Barnes, and Jakob still. They've added Caden Boozer. The McDonald's All-American game just happened after I am recording this, so a lot of those guys we're going to learn more about for the 26th draft. Okay, not a good start to game number 1 here at home against Toronto. Game 2 goes to Boston. We win by 3. Cooper Flagg drops 30 and 20. Game number 3 goes to the Toronto Raptors, 129-113. Game number 4 goes to the Boston Celtics. So we're going back and forth pretty much here. Scotty Barnes at 35 in the loss. Tatum at 28. Jace Richardson stepping up. I think we're going to insert him into the starting lineup over Ken Rivers right now. I think we're going to, probably play Ken Rivers like 20 minutes a night. We're going to go about 28 to Jace. Pritchard is struggling, so maybe I'm not going to go more to him. Let's go 37 to Tatum, 37 to Flagg. Michael Porter Jr. has been an elite shooter, so we'll go 25 to him. Game number 5 goes to the Boston Celtics. Cooper Flagg, 24 and 10. Tatum at 20, Jason 20. Let's win game 6. Yes, sir. We win it by 17, and we are going to the Eastern Conference Finals on the backs of Tatum's 38 points on the road. So we're taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers, who still have the elite backcourt, still have the elite front court. They got DeAndre Hunter, Dante DiVincenzo, Charles Bassey, and some other guys coming off the bench. It's going to be a good series. We do lose game 1 by 4 in overtime. Dan Pritchard had 6 threes. Kessler had 20 and 12, but Garland went off in this game, 32 points. Damn, we go down 2-0. We lose by 25. Evan Mobley had 43. Can we come back down 2-0? Damn, they win the first 3. I mean, game 3 was very close. Game 1 was very close. We're not closing these out. Game 4. Are we going to get gentlemen swept? I mean, it's better than getting swept, but I will say I'm a little bit upset about this. All right, we do win game 5. Okay, Jace Richardson just dropped 40 points. Hello, on a national stage. And there goes Cooper Flagg for the playoffs. That's just great. Or at least he's going to be out for this series. So we are going to insert Michael Porter Jr. into the starting lineup. He's probably going to play like 33 minutes a night. Let's go 33 to Richardson, 35 to Pritchard. This sucks. I think I'm going to just stick with the 8-man rotation. So let's go 20 to Jones, 20 to Mitch Robb. Honestly, let's just go 29 to Ken Rivers. Can we win game 6 with no Cooper Flagg? I highly doubt it. On the road as well. I mean, we win this game, we force a game 7. Come on, Tatum. Come on, Tatum. Play like a top player in the league one more time. We are down by 9 with 4.5 to go. Can we go on a run? We cannot. We are going to lose by 13. Tatum dropped 27. Only took 13 shots. Damn, Peyton Pritchard took 22 shots on this one. And we do lose in 6 games in the Eastern Conference Finals. But hey, at least we got here. The Spurs win it all. And Wemby is your Finals MVP. They swept the team that... They didn't dominate us, but but the team that beat us in 6. So we do not own our first round pick there at 29. That is going to go to the San Antonio Spurs from the Derek White trade. So we didn't have any draft picks here in the 2028 draft, and I kind of want to run this team back. Wow, I'm glad I got the number 1 pick last year because Clifton Burton does not look as exciting as Ken Rivers was. We're going to pick up the team option on Richardson, Flagg, and Cam Jones. Gregor Ellis will get the qualifying offer. John Morant's a free agent. Hey, Luke Cornett, he's a VVG for this team. He's a veteran vibe guy. We keep getting like a mid-level exception every year, which is very nice. And I'm going to sign Jake LaRavia to a 3-year deal worth $32 million. I'm also going to sign Terrence Shannon Jr. to a 2-year deal worth $7 million. And then I'm going to sign 36-year-old Rudy Gobert to a 1-year deal. All right, so can this team win it all in 2028? I hope so. Ken Rivers is up to an 88 overall now. And I would like to win a title this year just because we have Cooper Flagg, like Jason Richardson, about to get massive deals next offseason. So it's going to be, I think Pritchard, we'll start Richardson over Rivers. Rivers will be the 6th man. Honestly, I may start Jace as the point guard. And we're going to have Ken Rivers as the 2 guard, Pritchard as the 6th man. I think Cam Jones and Jake LaRavia are probably going to get like 12 minutes, I think, a piece here. Mitchell Robinson is going to be the backup center. He's going to get like 17 minutes a night. Let's go about 19 to MPJ, 25 to Pritchard, 30 to Kessler. We can go 28 to the backcourt. And we'll go 35 to Flagg, 34 to Tatum. I just hope we have a healthy regular season. So I wasn't able to get Jason Tatum as an MVP, but hey, I'll take Cooper Flagg, who this video was kind of around. Wow, Peyton Sandfort, who could have been like a 2nd-round pick, fringe 2nd-rounder in the 2024 draft. Probably not going to get drafted in 2025 out of Iowa. That is a crazy name to see as your rookie of the year here in 2029. Spurs got Darren Peterson and Wemby, so they're probably going to make it to the NBA Finals. They won 68 games this year. Thank God, though, we're in the Eastern Conference. Cooper Flagg on All-NBA first team. He's also going to end up on All-Defensive first team as well. And we are going to be the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, taking on the 8-seeded Knicks here in round number 1, who are going to be without AJ DeBonsa, who, let's see how long he is out for. He's going to be out for the series. He tore a right elbow ligament. Damn, so he's out for the playoffs. That sucks for the Knicks. We were pretty good. We had a fair share of injuries this year. Just a lot of like random ones, guys missing time here and there. And Cam Jones had like the 1 series injury. So for the playoffs, Jake LaRavia, I think I got to decide between him. Kovic was pretty good. And Cam Jones, who's fully healthy. Like, do I trust Cam Jones or do I trust LaRavia? I'll take LaRavia's size, but he's going to get like 12 minutes a night. Mitchell Robinson's going to get around 15 minutes a night. Michael Porter Jr., he can get about 18 minutes a night. The defense has dropped off a little bit. And I think Ken Rivers, I think he's going to start for us. Peyton Pritchard was good yet again, but I think Peyton Pritchard is going to be the 6th man. And then Jace is going to start at the 1, who was a great scoring guard. Let's go 32 minutes to these guys. Let's go 35 to Tatum, 36 to Tatum, 38 to Flagg. And let's go 33 to Walker Kessler. And let's win an NBA title. Let's beat the Knicks in round number 1. And we are going to sweep them. Fantastic start. They didn't have AJ, so I didn't think they were going to have a chance against us. And we had a good, well, those are the season stats. In round number 1, yeah, Tatum wants that 2nd ring. We're taking on Detroit in round number 2. There are no slouch. They got Asar Thompson, Ron Holland, Jalen Duren, Cade Cunningham. They got a good team, but we are going to beat them in 5 to take on the Milwaukee Bucks. Never really too scary of a team in 2K. We had 4 20-point per game scores in that series with Tatum, Flagg, Jason, Rivers. And you got green teams here in the Eastern Conference Finals. They got Devin Carter. I mean, like, this team does not have good enough offense. They have a good defensive team, but nearly not as good enough offense around. Whoa. Whoa. I am downplaying them. And they actually won game 1 by 24 points. And they won game 2 by 18 points. Okay, Devin Carter is, I guess, a very good offensive talent now. We win by 1 in game 3. We're 1 point away from going down 3-0. We win by, oh my God, 4 in game 4. And then we blow them out in game 5. Bronny had 24. All right, game 6. We win, thank God. We are in the NBA Finals. Cooper Flagg, oh my God, he was terrible in the conference finals, and he still got conference finals MVP. We are on that collision course with the San Antonio Spurs. We are fully healthy, thank God. Do the Spurs have any injuries right now? Anthony Davis broke his hand. He's out for the playoffs. Brandon Boston and Jaden Hardy. Okay, so they have some minor injuries, but they got their top level guys still. So Boston versus San Antonio. Can we beat them? We do lose game 1 by 10 points. Darren Peterson dropped 40. I'm debating if I want to make any switches to the rotation. Man, like, I think I got to ride with these guys. I don't know if I just downplay LaRavia a little bit. We go to that 8-man rotation. Peyton Pritchard can get 25. Kessler can get 34. Let's go 40 to Flagg. Let's go 40 to Tatum. And let's go 34 to the backcourt. Game number 2 goes to San Antonio. They won by 13. We are down 2-0. Ken Rivers drops 36. It is not enough. Game number 3, we win. Okay, we stay alive. We blow them out. Rivers and Tatum combined for 60. Please win game number 4. Okay, there we go. We won by 26. Tatum and Flagg, Rivers and Richardson, the big 4 going off. Game 5. We win 3 in a row. Wow. Great defensive fourth quarter there. That is what I'm talking about. We can call them big 4, like KPMG, Deloitte, and then PwC and whatever the other one is. Oh, EY. Sorry if anybody works there that's actually watching these videos, but we are about to come back down 2-0. Don't choke this. I don't want to go to game 7 in San Antonio, please. We are up by 19, up by 15, up by 9. Oh my God, they're coming back. Up by 10 with 90 seconds left. I think we should be okay. I don't know, though. This is terrifying. They got Wemby. They got Yegor Demon in the game. Okay, and Cooper Flagg. Oh, are you kidding me? Off the rip, just and 1. Off the rip, picks up his 5th foul. And obviously, he's going to make the free throw. All right, it's a 7-point game. This is far from over. Get it to Peyton Pritchard. Get it to Jason Tatum, which was a little risky. Come on, go right at Vassell. Tatum, get him in the air. Tatum, finish this with... Oh, my God, he's going to blow it. And I didn't waste any time off the clock. Oh, my God, I am a choke artist. I am an absolute choke artist. I am stupid. And they're going to go to Wemby, who's so hard to stop. Just no threes. Kessler, good defense. Jace, oh, my God. All right, that's a 2 for Wemby. And he's going to miss it. Thank God. Cooper Flagg, there was, like, no numbers left, so he's rocking 43. I mean, he probably should have just rocked. What does he wear at Duke? Because I'm so bad with jersey numbers. Because now I'm just fixated on what he wears at Duke. I don't know why 32 is coming in my head, but that is just wrong. Tatum to the rim. He's got to finish strong. Tatum! Tatum! Finish a goddamn layup. Just no threes. Oh, my God. And Castle gets right by me. Yeah, I don't know why I said 32. He's just number 2. I'm stupid. All right, they're going to foul. We're up by 5. I mean, I don't think we're in the bonus yet, so I trust Peyton Pritchard. Even though he's not the best three-point shooter in this game, I think they're going to foul, right? I'm actually, like, the worst with jersey numbers. I don't know why. I was never good with that, like, as a kid. Like, I've watched so many, like, Cooper Flagg games, and I couldn't tell you what jersey number he is. That's really bad. Like, I could tell you where everybody on this floor probably went to college, but I can't tell you their jersey number. Like, Walker Kessler, UNC, then Auburn, Tatum, Duke, Pritchard, Oregon, Castle, UConn, Thomas Sorber, Georgetown, Yegor Demon, BYU, Richardson, Michigan State. I don't know why. I don't know jersey numbers. Vassell's Florida State as they're driving. Kessler with the block. Oh my God, that was nasty. Let's end this game right here. Oh my God, they're not going to foul. Let's go. All right, Tatum, we're going to pull off a dagger. We're going to do a signature Tatum dribble move. All right, Tatum, let's cook here. Tatum. 5, that's the dagger. Jason Tatum. Oh, come on, man, that would have been sick. But we are going to win the 2029 NBA Finals. Thank God. And Finals MVP is going to be Cooper Flagg. So we got MVP, ECF, and Finals MVP. And we built a pretty stacked team here, and it's probably going to be good for a little bit even post Jason Tatum because you got the big 3 of Flagg, Rivers, and Jace Richardson. And I hope you guys did enjoy this trading Jaylen Brown for Cooper Flagg rebuild. If you did, I'd appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. Let me know what rebuild you'd like to see next down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.